this I know, a life long lived yet not lived well. Yet I only know what I feel now, what's seen each dawn, my truth to tell. I see the sunrise, the deer, the fawn, the hush of grass, the gold and silver dawn. So do not mourn the road I've tread, for I am here with you instead. I am here with you instead. This life is now the path I tread, for however long I do not know. Here time moves soft and sunset slow. I find it hard to trust this, I know, but do not take my shrug too hard. Time is the river that twists and flows, and time for all runs quick and hard. So if I may never meet you there, please know that all your steps and care, they matter more than you can know, and shall be part of me when I go. I am here with you instead. This life is now the path I tread, for however long I do not know. Here time moves soft and sunset slow. Are there miles ahead? I do not know. Yet still my story will be told, of a life well lived in green and gold, of gentle days and fields to roam. What I see before me is no dream, for now I know what love can mean. So do not mourn the road I've tread, for I am here with you instead. I am here with you instead.
What just another beautiful song that was gifted to us from our sweet friend, who still would like to remain anonymous in all of this. I don't get that for anything. You know, most people in today's world, they take their time and they do something nice, and they want to get all kinds of recognition and have their name all over it. And she's just a very low-keyed and quiet, silent listener who rarely. And so I've even says, please let me compensate you. Let me do something. You know, God has really blessed us, and let me send you a few dollars. I says, maybe not enough, no more than just to fill up your gas tank. Possibly something you can save and take your kids on a little vacation, or take your husband out to eat. Something. I just want to do something. She won't. She just won't. And she's just a beautiful, beautiful soul who does this for us. And so what she does is she will write the poems and send them to me first. And she goes, what do you think about this one? And so I'll read the poem, and you can find out real fast if it's poetic, like in a profound kind of way, if it's lighthearted, if it's deep. And then if I like the poem, if I like the storyline of the poem, then she will take it to the next step. And while the folks begin to work on the music part of that, she'll go by and start gathering up all of the snippets and stuff of all of the, I mean, she'll go into all of our videos, and she'll just find bits and pieces of videos and start compiling them all together. And such a selfless lady, guys, I swear. Friends, I am late this morning. I will just go ahead and tell you that I did not take my sleeping concoction until much later last night. We did the live. I did a few things, and then by the time I got around to my sleeping concoction, I realized how late it was. And I says, okay, I'm going to have to do this. And I'm so sorry. This morning, I just really struggled getting up and getting going. But I do have my coffee brewing over here. And as you can see, I'm also at home. So I'm not on my phone. So I will not be able to walk you out and about this morning. So I'm hoping that you guys are okay with a simple cup of coffee, maybe a birthday song, and then possibly a Baptist hymn. And then I will talk to you about my plans for today, Jamie's plans for today. And then I promise you that by the afternoon, when I get back over to the JL for the nighttime roundup, then I promise we'll do more with the animals. Okay. I hope that you're okay with that. The reason that I can't take you out and about with my phone here is because we don't have the right internet over here. Okay, so thank you, Miss Billy. Guys, I completely understand about the horses getting into the cow feed. And I'm also letting you know that the horses are fine. So please don't start spamming the chat with your screaming and hollering. Everything is fine. The horses are fine. Okay. If it were a prolonged thing where they continually ate at it, they could colic and it could cause issues. But for them to break in and have a couple of bites of the cow food is not going to be detrimental to their health. So it's not something that we want them to do on a regular basis, which is why we keep them put away. All right. Thank you for addressing that. And now let it go. Let it go. Okay. And so, yes, I will show that video again. There's some people who said that they got on late and they missed it, but I will play that. Ooh, don't you move. Don't you move. I did not want to do that to myself, but I did not want this sucker to keep flying around. He's one of those kind that does not care. That kind of hurt. I'll admit that hurt, but he's been after me all darn morning. Okay. So now he's gone. He's gone. Someone's like, oh no, Tam is got the music in her head. Let it go, let it go. Yeah, sometimes we get obsessed with stuff, friends, and we just have to have our voices heard. But that's not the right way to do it. I promise you, and I've told you before, that I'm obsessed with reading every comment. And even though I can't catch them all right here, when the live is over, I'll go back and catch the comment. But by putting it 100 times in bold and screaming it out over here, it is not the way to go about doing that. Sometimes we talk about little life lessons. And you hear my coffee brewing? Can y'all hear that from here? That's coffee makers loud. All we're trying to do is help shift and change the culture of the internet. And you can do that one page at a time. It only takes one page at a time to start trying to slowly shift and change the culture. And many of you guys who maybe watch us in the morning, you might see similar issues happening on other channels. And you wish that those other creators could equally address those issues. And if we could, and it could all eventually kind of changed the entire culture of the internet, because right now what has happened is the internet has been left uncontrolled, unedited, unpoliced, no one is answered, unaccountable for their actions, and the internet has learned that they can say whatever, whenever, however, to whoever. And so I would much rather see creators take responsibility, grab them a couple of really wonderful moderators, and start trying to figure out a way to sort of control, or at least put a filter onto the commenters, instead of everybody completely blocking comments, because there's a lot of creators who are saying, to hell with the comments, I'll just turn them off. And it's easy. You just go to a button and turn off comments. And so you're able to watch the video, you're able to watch the live, but you're not having your voices heard. And we want your voices heard, but we don't want to be screamed at. I hope that makes sense to you all. I do see we have quite a few birthdays today, and that's wonderful. Could I go ahead and get my Baptist hymn out of the way and get that part of my life over with? I have the song in my head, and I don't think that I have sung it yet this time around. If you guys are okay with that, why don't you all go grab your cup of coffee, grab your water bottle. Let me go grab mine over here right quick. It's all the way ready. I will grab that, and then I'll be right back, and I'll be ready to sing to you all. So you guys know about, do you remember back when Dusty's buffalo ate some of the really horrible weeds and he had a few get sick and die? Dusty is the guy that raises the bison. So it was a big to-do, and a lot of folks freaked out about, why would you even have that type of grass on your pastures if it in fact is toxic to his buffalo? Ended up getting several of them sick, and they ended up dying. But what you have to remember is, animals are so much like us in the fact, but they're smart enough to realize if something does not set well with them. The same way that if you and I go to a restaurant and you're having yourself a shrimp cocktail, let's just say you're having a shrimp cocktail, but after you have that first shrimp, you taste that it's just not right. Guys, you don't have to continue to eat every single shrimp if you feel like there's just something that's not quite right. Normally, we stop eating it. Or if you go and have a chicken salad, and as you eat that chicken, you just feel like, you know what, there's just something not right. You can tell it's just not right. I can promise you, animals are the exact same way. And the reason that sometimes an animal will eat something and end up getting sick from it is because there were no other options. So the reason that Dusty lost all of those bison that year from eating that bad grass was, and I forgot the name of that grass, is because they were having a drought and those animals were hungry. They were starving. And so the same way we would eat things we wouldn't normally eat if we were struggling and starving, animals are the same way. They'll eat things they should not eat if they're in fact starving or hungry. So we don't have to worry about our horses. Yes, they did get into our feed buggy and they did eat some of the feed. But what we know is that if eating too much of that feed could cause them to colic, it could cause them to colic. But we provided plenty of fresh water, and they'll be able to pass that stuff, and they'll be fine. They're not going to pass, guys. They're not going to pass. I know that you worry, and I know that you love these babies, and you want to make sure you do your part to help us along. but I can promise you, sometimes it was called Johnson grass. Thank you very much. I forgot the name of it. It was called Johnson grass, and it is a type of grass that grows out across the pastures and plains of different states. And normally the buffalo would avoid it. They would eat the other grass. But because that Dusty had lost all of his good grazing grass, some of these buffalo were kind of forced to begin to eat on the Johnson grass, and that caused an issue in their belly. Okay, so please, guys, all you can do at this point is just trust. The same way you just have to trust your children are going to be okay with your grandkids. They may not take care of them the way that you would, and they might not would raise them the way that you would, and they may not feed them the way that you would. At some point, you have to just trust and obey. Oh my God, that would be a great Baptist hymn. Trust and obey. I don't even know the words, but it just popped into my head. But that's not my song for today. Here we go. You guys ready for this? First of all, coffee clinks to you all. Happy Monday. I'm so happy that you're here. Clink, clink. It's nice to see you all. Good morning, Mr. Dwayne. Why are you not in school? What are you doing, Dwayne? What are you doing? Why are you not at work? If Dwayne Lacey's here, why is he not working this morning? Because I thought school was in for everybody now. Oh, that's so good. And I needed that this morning. You ready, guys? I know that you're going to get this. I know you're going to get this one so darn fast. And I do have to kazoo it. That's kind of my thing. We'll talk about my mom later, or maybe we will not. My mom went missing yesterday, but guys, she's fine. I did make a video about it. It comes out at noon. And I think that you will be pleasantly surprised and really, really, really happy when you see the video. And I'll tell you what, I don't think there's been a video that relates to all of us more than the one you're going to see today at noon. Oh, so some people don't have school for another 2 weeks in some states. So you're the kind of people that don't start school until after, is it Memorial Day? Memorial Day. So there are some schools that will not start until after Memorial Day. So here we go. You ready? Dwayne retired? No, he did not. No, he did not. Dwayne has a couple of more years. Dwayne, do not tell me you retired. Labor Day. It's Labor Day. Labor Days. A lot of schools don't start till after Labor Day. Memorial Day is in the spring. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm a goof. I don't see Dwayne, but you all are saying hello to him. Maybe it's just too early and he's watching before the school day starts. Here we go. Name this Baptist hymn. I'm watching here in the comments. Oh, I lost it there at the end. You may say, no, Lester, you've lost it from the entire beginning. What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. What a peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything everything to God in prayer. Have we trials and temptation? And can I go ahead and stop now? Because I feel like if I'm not careful, I'm going to get everything wrong. What a friend we have in Jesus. And I know that that's not for everybody. There are some folks that beg me not to sing. Oh, you beg me not to sing. You beg me not to play that darn kazoo. You beg me not to do this and do that. But guys, listen to me. The only way I'm going to have fun at my job, and this is my job, is to be able to enjoy it. And I want to be me. Nobody wants to go to work and have to put on a fake face. You don't want to go to work and have to put on play a fake role and be a fake character and do that for 8 hours of your day. Nobody wants to do that. So if I'm able to have a career in video creation where I'm able to go out and do what I do with the animals and cutting the yard and mowing and fixing fence and singing a song, I'm a singer, and I may not be good at it, but I am a singer, guys. I am a singer. I'm also a dancer, and I'm even worse at that, y'all. But that's who I am, and that's what I do. And here's what I tell everybody. As a matter of fact, I had this talk with my mom yesterday. We had a really nice, just a beautiful mom and son conversation, but I was able to carry it over a little bit into the whole social media. And she was really broken. My mom was really broken yesterday, and I feel bad for her, but we all have those days when we just feel broken. Can anybody admit that you have those days when the pressure is more than you feel like you can handle? And you have those days when you feel like you can't get a word in otherwise. There's so many other louder and more demanding voices in your head, and they all are outweighing yours. You feel like you're up to your wits' end and you just don't know what else to do. You feel like you're at your snapping point. And I don't mean in a cuckoo kind of way. I don't mean cuckoo, but you just feel like you feel like you have nowhere else to go. You have no way out, and the world is just squeezing in around you. And it could be family, and it could be friends, it could be your church groups, it could be just your co-workers. And so my mom has days like that. I have days like that, and I bet that you do too. And my mom had her a moment yesterday, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but everybody has their special things with a parent. But I've always been the one to be able to talk reason into my mom. I've been able to talk reason into my mom. Yes, just super stress. This Venetia says, sometimes I even feel cuckoo. I don't know why that makes me laugh. I do. I think we all get a little bit cuckoo sometimes, y'all. But as much as you all love my dad, he can be a lot on my mom. And as much as you love my sister Kim, she can be a very powerful voice. And you love my sister Tina, but she can be very, very demanding. And and I'm not trying to call anybody out. But you put all that pressure onto somebody. And then my mom's trying to maintain a little bit of work and helping Jill with the babies and trying to help watch different grandkids. And she's always there to watch anybody. She, takes care of Lex a lot on the weekends. And there's just sometimes you cannot tell me. I don't think there's a person here who can tell me that you've not found yourself at a point where you're like, just leave me the F alone. You may not say it that way. Hopefully you don't say it that way, but you just got to get away. You just got to get away. And sometimes you don't have a place to get away to, because sometimes it all comes to find you and you don't have a place to get away. And yesterday my mom just was at a point and she just had to get away. And so when I went over to do my usual Sunday visit, my mom had gotten away, and I went to go find her. And in that process, we had a really nice chat. My mom was able to be honest and talked about some things, and I found a way to bring her back around. And I'm happy that me and my mom have that kind of relationship. So I hope that you've all been there for your mom or your dad when they have those moments, because they do. And I hope that there's somebody there for you when you have those kinds of moments, because I know that you have them. We can all like to look and act tough on the internet, like nothing gets us down, nothing bothers us, nothing gets in my way. I'm on top of the world. But I kind of believe, guys, I do believe that everybody has those kinds of days. So anyway, I hope that you will watch my noon video, and if it can lead you to do something, and I hope that it can make you kind of feel yourself at home, because I know we all have those kinds of moments. There are a lot of folks here who say how much they miss their mama, and then that makes me remember that our moms will not be around forever, guys. Our moms will not be around forever. I watched my dad at 80 years old, my mom right there behind him, and they're just going and going and going, and this house project is coming along so well. But I'll tell you what, it's not been easy on the psyche. Both mom and dad have had quite the go at it with the stress of everything, and they're not done yet. This is a marathon that they're running, not just a quick little sprint. But yes, I do think, and I agree that someone says you need to cherish your parents while you have them. I talk to my mom twice a week at least on the phone. We just chit chat and talk. I try to go over on Sundays and actually do a visit. So, oh, yeah, I guess Jamie is back to making videos. Guys, absolutely. You go and do your happy place. I'm never going to be upset if you're not here. I'm not one who's sitting there looking at the numbers and wondering why we are a few hundred people more or less than what we normally are. I ask you guys to go find your happy place. And if that place is not sitting here with me having a cup of coffee, chit-chatting about life and farm life and family and things that stress us and things that build us up and highlight moments, then by all means, go find someone that will. Find a channel that'll build you up and empower you to go have yourself a wonderful day and push you on to the next day, okay? So someone says, and I want to just talk about this over here for a minute. This here, oh, by the way, today is Uncle Dan's birthday. My brother, Uncle Dan. We just call him Uncle Dan for the kids, but his name is Daniel. Today is his birthday, and I had to wish him a happy birthday. I want to share something funny with you that he sent me last night. It was really cute. He sent this to me, Kim, and Tina. It was on Instagram, and I know you're going to have a hard time reading it. I wish my siblings would stop calling me spoiled just because I'm the baby of the family. The fact is, my parents kept having children until they found one they liked. It is so not my issue. So stop giving him a hard time because he's the baby of the family. Bottom line is, his parents kept having children until they finally found one they liked. And Uncle Dan sent that to me, Kim, and Tina, because Uncle Dan is the baby of the family, okay? And today is his birthday. So we all wished him a happy birthday last night. I'll text him again a little bit later on today. And I love Dan. He's done so well for himself and his channel. him and Lou, I'll tell you, and I've joked about it before. I don't mind picking on Daniel on his birthday. I have to remember him in our birthday song. Is there anybody who is able to compile a little list of our birthday people? I don't want to end up not doing that before I run out of time. And I only have 10 minutes until my dad goes live. So, but happy birthday to my brother Dan, who we call Uncle Dan, even though he's not my uncle. And then it's cute because many of you guys call him Uncle Dan as well. Well, for those of you having a birthday, please announce your name. And Miss Billy, you got me a list. Miss Billy, can you just text me that list? If Miss Billy, you might not be able to. If you're on your phone, you might not be able to text. But now you guys know that. Okay, here we go. Miss Billy. Hold on, Billy. I'm trying to find it. Hey, Linda. Okay. Here is Miss Billy's list that she has compiled of all of our birthday people. We have a Brenda. We have Jenny. We have Janet. We have Whitey Girl, Judy, Janelle, Outlaw, and Uncle Dan. And if there's anybody else that we missed, we're so very sorry, okay? Here we go. The birthday song to all of these folks. And many more. Your pants are tore. Go to the store and buy some more. Now, while you're there, wash your hair, but please don't forget your underwear. Happy birthday, Uncle Dan, and to all of you other wonderful folks. Miss Billy Penny, thank you for compiling that list together for me. And we also want to thank Miss Billy. She's our only morning moderator. Sometimes the other ladies can help out a little bit, but she is our true blue morning moderator. And sometimes when I ask the other ladies, can they help out a little bit? Billy's like, don't worry. I got it, y'all. The morning is mine. I'm good. I got this. And so it allows the other ladies to work and do their jobs and do all that they have to get done. So thank you so much, Miss Billy. You're beautiful, a beautiful soul, wonderful woman. And thank you so much for helping keep the page a beautiful and peaceful, loving place for everybody. Good. So anyway, I forgot what I was going to talk to you about. I had something I was going to talk to you about, and I completely let it slip when I went off and sang that darn birthday song. It must have not been that important. It must not have been that darn important anyway. This morning, I'm going to head off over to Jake's, guys. I got to get back over to Jake's and get my fencing done. I put him off long enough. Yesterday, he very kind of inconspicuously sent me a text and says, hey, I just mowed the entire pasture. It's nice and dry out there. Now, why would Jake send me a text and say, Gigi, I believe you said last night you're going to talk about. Already talked about it. Already talked about it, Miss Dorothy. Why would Jake? Yes, Molly. Molly goes, hint, hint, hint. Yes, look at everybody. Look at all of you guys. Yeah. Yes. You guys are right. Wink, wink, hint, hint. Yeah, I just get this random text, and it's from Jacob, shirtless Jake, and he goes, he even sent me a picture. He sent me a darn picture. Listen, I don't make this stuff up. Where's Jake's text? Look, nighttime, a nighttime picture, okay? You can see it's nighttime. You see he's on his tractor. I know the glare is horrible. He's on his tractor at nighttime. His lights are showing that there's a cut pasture. And then his message reads, where's his message? Hey, the pasture is all dry and I even mowed, and sent me a picture. Oh boy. I'm like, okay, Jake, okay. I didn't say anything. So instead, this morning, I'm going to put on some old clothes, something I don't mind getting sweaty and hot in. And I'm going to scoot over to Jake's, get some more posts in the ground. And I'm going to make it my mission. I'm a man on a mission that by this weekend, I will have Jake's pasture completely finished. And he'll be able to take and move cows and horses into any of his 3 pastures that he chooses to. Oh, that's my goal. That's my goal. And I'll tell you what, I'm proud of Jake. He's done a lot over there, and he's done it mostly on his own. And there's something to be said about that, friends. There's something to be said about that when you can go over there. And at first, he had no electricity, no water, no running water. But he had a ton of stuff to do. And when I say a ton, it meant an entire house restore. It meant getting rid of, I forgot what you guys call it, the bad stuff, the asbestos in the house. It meant not only working on outside stuff, but inside stuff. And Jake just began to make it a everyday drive over. And he'd get to work and he'd kind of talk about what he was doing. And it seemed like it took him forever. Jake's strategy at getting a job done and my strategy are very different. See, Jake took the whole and just worked here and there all around. This is how Jake worked. This is Jake's property, and this is Jake. That's not how I would have done it. And that's fine. What I would have done is, here's my property. I would have worked here. And I would have made sure that that right there was completely done. And then I would have moved here. And I would have made sure that was completely done. Then I would have moved here. My mind makes me have to focus on certain things. Jake just like tinkers around everywhere, stays very busy. I mean, he stays super busy, but he's all over the place. But to me, I would have said, you know what? Let's just say, for example, I'm going to start in the bathroom. There's no way I can operate without having a shower, using the restroom, washing my face, having drinking water. So I'm going to make sure that in this next week, I get me a working and functional bathroom. And then that's what I would have done. I would have forgotten everything else and focused only on one room. But no, Jake's a little bit different than that. Jake, his mind works different, and he just tinkered around with just so many different things. But I will say this, it's really come together. I've not been over there in probably 3 weeks, guys, maybe even a month. It got to be too wet, and I had to stop going because I couldn't work in a pasture out in the rain and out in the standing water. His pasture does hold water. But so according to Jake, it's nice and dry. And so I will get on over there this morning, put a few more posts in the ground, and try to get that knocked out. Okay, well, listen, I want to play that video for y'all one last time before I leave you. I want to thank y'all for joining with me this morning. We'll get back to our routine. Jamie is en route, headed back home, so things will get much easier once she gets here. And I want to say thank you to you all for jumping on and being a part of the live. I really hope you enjoyed this beautiful video. It's going to be one of our favorites, I do believe, when it's all said and done. Thank you all so much for watching. We love you, and we will catch you guys on the next one.
Oh.
There are miles behind me, this I know. A life long lived, yet not lived well. Yet I only know what I feel now, what's seen each dawn, my truth to tell. I see the sunrise, the deer, the fawn, the hush of grass, the gold and silver dawn. So do not mourn the road I've tread, for I am here with you instead. I am here with you instead. This life is now the path I tread, for however long I do not know. Here time moves soft and sunset slow. I find it hard to trust this, I know, but do not take my shrug to heart. Time is the river that twists and flows, and time for all runs quick and hard. So if I may never meet you there, please know that all your steps and care, they matter more than you can know, and shall be part of me when I go. I am here with you instead. This life is now the path I tread, for however long I do not know. Here time moves soft and sunset slow. Are there miles ahead I do not know? Yet still my story will be told, of a life well lived in green and gold, of gentle days and fields to roam. What I see before me is no dream, for now I know what love can mean. So do not mourn the road I've tread, for